All right, we are live, so now let's do this. What's up? What's up? What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, boy, do we have stuff to talk about. By the way, just want to say big thanks to the back here. Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry, after Drywall Hell, I am alive and living. My God, guys, let me tell you, when you have a little bit of a crack or a small hole, and you think, okay, it shouldn't be that bad. Prepare for it to be bad. That's all I'm gonna say. My homeboy showed up and he's screwing. He goes, "It's not catchy, man. You need drywall." I didn't know I had to buy 10 pieces of drywall. Had to rent a U-Haul to get it over to my house. And I was exhausted. The only way I was listening to podcasts is I was listening to this guy, Tidy. Thank you so much for joining us. I listened to my. Oh yeah, and then I got to thank Ron because he was keeping me sane and he kept checking on me because he thought I lost my mind. Man, but I'll tell you guys, this was one heck of a week. And then, I'm like, okay, we're definitely going to talk about the Falcons the last couple of weeks. Sick jersey I had to get because it has a Deadpool on it. So, so I got to, it's got my guy Deadpool on it. So I have to get it. Love it. So what's funny was I woke up and I'm like, I saw that the Jets lost. And then I read that they got Devontae Adams for a third round pick. Could be a second, but a third rounder. And then, and then everyone's like, well, that they're doing that for Aaron. They're doing that for Aaron. Then Josh Allen goes and gets Marty Cooper for a third round and a seventh for next year. So it's what I've said before. If you could get creative with your draft picks or you could get creative with the offers, you should be able to make some moves. The teams that I'm keeping an eye on are like Detroit because, they just lost Aiden Hutchinson to a terrible injury. If you saw, first of all, I was surprised the man was able to still keep the sack because that was crazy. And then, you just saw that play. But there you go. Smitty was on earlier on his show with Berto. They're talking about potential trade deals. Tidy, you talked about it. Folks, if you don't know Tidy, first of all, who are you? You should know who Tidy is. This man is always on. Folks, this man covers and the best show in the world on Friday nights. It's the Waffle House. We got orders named after us, for God's sakes. I mean, Tidy's the man. It's one of those Waffle House. We need Kirk Cousins to show up, Kirk-O Chainz, so he could get so he could find out where the liquor's at. But because I'm gonna tell you, man, that Waffle House be wilding. But just got to say, Tidy, what did you think about kind of like the news today? And then thank you for coming on the show, man. So appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. No problem at all. I'm happy to be here. In regards to the news that broke today, and as far as the Devontae Adams trade, not surprised about it because Adams had been campaigning and talking about that he wanted to go play with Aaron Rodgers. I think it has been reported probably by him that that's one of his best friends or maybe his best friend. I'm really not sure, but it made sense. He no longer was happy with his current team. He made it very clear to anybody that would listen. He wanted out. He wanted to go play with Aaron Rodgers, so he's now in New York. I know Aaron Rodgers is elated to have him. Of course, they already have chemistry with one another. They know each other very well. So, of course, I'm a Falcons fan, but if I were a Jets fan, I would be very, very happy at this point in time. I would pop some complimentary champagne, So, for the Jets fans and, the Jets crew, congratulations. Let's see what you guys do with Mr. Adams and Mr. Rogers. It should be a hell of a show.
I mean, Ron, what you guys say about this? Because,
they're like, to me, they're like peanut butter jelly. They just go so good together. If you look at what they did in Green Bay, they belong together. So I'm glad they back together again. Because, let's be honest, don't nobody succeed with the Raiders. Let's be honest.
Not this late, yeah.
They don't succeed over there. You got AB went over there. He talked about something was wrong with his feet at the wide receiver at one point in time, and he got out of there. So, in my opinion, don't nobody succeed over there.
Yeah.
Going back to Adams, I think he a good wide receiver. Now, can he turn from good to great with the Jets? That's what I want to see.
All right. Fair enough. I agree with you guys on that. Look, my thing is this. It's more of I am surprised how, because we talk about, well, it's just week 6 or we're about to go into week 7. It's kind of early to do trades. And you just see these teams just pop off and say, all right, screw it. We got to make a move. And that's what I'm surprised with on that. But now let's talk about the Falcons, the Atlanta, Falcons, the NFC South leading Falcons. Last I checked, Mr. PrimeTime Kirk-O Chainz showed up, and got to give it to him, man. After week 5, Thursday night, because I wasn't here to talk about it, so I do want to bring that up. Man had probably one of the best games that he's had, where of all, Tidy, you've watched the Falcons for a long time. All right. How many times have we seen a Falcon game where we're on offense and we throw a game-winning touchdown at the end?
Not many. Historically, not many at all. You got to go all the way back probably to around 2000. I think it was the 2010, 2011 year. When you had Matt Ryan and Roddy White. That was one particular year that I can recall. We won a lot of games, or we won quite a few games on the final drive. And, we're talking about what's that, 12, 13 years ago. So it's been a long time. And even before that year, it didn't happen very, very many times. So to see how that transpired on national TV, Thursday night, division game against Tampa Bay, when it looked ugly, looked like we were not going to win, man, that was exciting to see. And as a Falcons fan, man, I was in here jumping around and doing some celebratory cussing.
Hey, I was too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Mr. Harris back after going to looking at cars, getting lost in the drywall. I mean, man is back and in charge. John Harris, how you doing, man?
I got a fanfare?
Yes, sir. We're going to give you another one.
Gentlemen, I'm humbled. I'm humbled. Truly. And good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Missed you guys, but man, y'all got to come down to the Mississippi State coast just one time and suck in that atmosphere. If you love cars, man, I'm telling you, I was in heaven for 3 days.
There was some beauties you were looking at.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, that plus the atmosphere, the weather was great. Man, just sitting out there, forgetting that you have a care in the world. Well, it was even better when I was working. and I had a real vacation, getting away, But it's still good. You guys, y'all got to do it at least one time. Just one time. Just sit out there like Toddy, having that big cigar, just sitting out there smoking and just watching folk go by and watching, just having that pimp cup with nothing. Just having that pimp cup with you, just stirring around ice or whatever. Man, it was just. Hey, I'm just telling you.
Brought John back to the days he was the pimp of the decade.
On Stewart Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, John. So, all right, so we're back. We're talking to Falcons about, Buccaneers prime time. John, we talked about it. You always said, don't embarrass me. It did feel like we were going to look pretty bad, but then this Falcons team's got some fight in them. And then what I liked about it was, like I just told Heidi, how many times you remember watching a Falcon team win a game in overtime with a go-ahead touchdown? I mean, game over. To me, that was probably, I don't know. It's like, what a way for Kirk to kind of tell everybody, hey, don't worry about the Achilles. I'm good. All right. They could take pictures of me not playing. I'm getting there. Okay. I mean, homeboy was dancing too afterwards, but yeah. What did you think about it, John?
The thing that really, really got it for me, this was 4 days after beating New Orleans. 4 days after beating New Orleans, you come back, short week, primetime game, and you come and, you do this. Man, this man could have thrown for 600 yards. And the thing was with me, if no one had told me that he had thrown for 250 yards in the first half, I would never have known it because it was kind of sneaky to me. Yeah, it was kind of some sneaky passing yards. And I said, oh, wait a minute. What are we doing here? Has the giant been awakened? Has Frankenstein kicked all the dirt off the grave and came up? That's what I was thinking about the offense, because see, when you do, when you pass for 500 and something yards, people, and that's all I've been seeing is people, wait, the Falcons did what? What happened Thursday? And we did this on a national stage. We did this on the national stage. Now, thing about it, and something that I always, like to stress and tell people, you don't want recognition or respect until you earn it. Quit asking for it. Quit begging for it. All right? Go and take your respect. Games like this get you noticed. Respect comes later when you continue to do it. And it happened again Sunday, because see, Sunday could have been the trap game. That Carolina game could have been the biggest wolf leg in the trap that you ever would have seen this side of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, because it could have been a trap game. We could have fallen flat on our faces, but we didn't. Old saying that we had in high school: don't stop, keep on. Keep on. Yeah. Don't fall down. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't come out there even this coming Sunday. Oh, we started off slow. No. Too much to the person who has the power, much is expected of them. You want to respect, keep earning it. Don't be like Dallas. Don't be like Dallas. Man,
that should be a great PDA.
I'm just saying, man.
Don't be Dallas. Have the guy throwing up on the floor as the guy's gritty next to him.
Now, and look. Dallas is getting okay. Dallas had respect because of Jimmy Jones, whatever his name is, Jerry Jones.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, they had that respect, but see, the thing is, now that respect is turning on them. That respect is turning on them, and it's turning into look at this, especially with Stephen A. Smith leading the charge.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Dallas 47-9. 47-9. You know, I mean, weak. That was
I got a little something about that because you know it's funny. They want to dog the Cowboys, but yet they want to spend over an hour talking about them. But anyway,
on Jerry Jones' birthday.
Yeah. See, look at that. See, look at that.
Yeah.
See, look at that. They sitting up here talking about Jerry Jones' birthday. Don't have nothing to do with football. And then football drags his birthday right in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Jerry Jones experienced one of my birthdays where my teams get their butts whooped, they look bad, and I'm just watching going, oh, gee, that was a wonderful birthday. I appreciate it, guys. So, yeah. So guess what, Jerry? Now you know how I feel. But let's talk about it because, I wasn't able to come on, but I did some shows here and about where I talked about the Panthers game being they needed to treat it with the respect as you're facing your division rival, which it is a division foe. But the thing is, it's like this. If you lose to the Panthers, you look bad.
Mm-hmm.
You beat the Panthers, you're not going to get talked about. But you beat a team you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like what, so to me, I kind of figured, okay, we're going to have a fight on our hands with this team. But we're going to pull away. And we did. But guys, third down, running the ball against us, or I'll say it, we can't ever get the quarterback down. Andy Dalton ran from a 40-yard line to the 10-yard line. And Zoe did his best Bud Dupree impression because he almost got him and let him slip by. He must have had some baby oil on him. No, did he? So the question I got for you guys, look, Seattle can run. And, yeah, Geno can also run. Geno can throw. I'm not going to say it's not like I'm, oh, God. It's one of these. I feel like our team has a fight in them that I haven't seen in any other Falcon team. So I'm not saying that these guys can't do it. But what do you guys think? I'm going to go to Ron first, and then we'll go from Ron to Tidy to John, okay? So go ahead, Ron. What's your impressions of it? And also, what do you think about this defense? Because my question is this. Is it player or is it scheme?
It, to me, in my opinion, is the player. Lorenzo Carter, player, we need to call you Almost. From now on, we need to change your name from Lorenzo Carter to Almost. I almost got Andy Dalton. I almost got my butt kicked in Atlanta. I almost ate at Burger King or Checkers. To me, I've been saying it, and I know I keep on saying it. Can we trade this dude right now? Can we trade him right now? Trade him with 2 first-round picks. Go get Miles.
I mean,
to me.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. You want to try to get 2 first-round picks for Lorenzo? I got what you said, but I was like going, man, if someone gave us first 2 rounds, I am not rejecting the trade. I'm just the NFL might want to check their mentals and everything, but that's fine.
It is such a boring every day. I got that from Tiny. Appreciate it, Tiny. I had to give you a shout out on that one. You taught me that one a long time ago. But Lorenzo Carter, I wish we could trade him right now. Trade him to the Browns, the Jets. Trade him to somewhere far. But we don't never see this man no more. Yeah, go get one of the big dogs.
I got you. So you're saying players?
Huh?
So you're saying it's the players. You're saying it's the players.
Yes. I don't think the scheme that bad. I think it's the players. What we got on this team. We like John, me and John used to talk all the time. And John used to tell me, Ron, we almost doing a good job. We almost
What's up, James?
doing this and doing that. Okay, I tired of doing almost. I'm ready for the pit bull off of the leash. The Miles Garrett, the Max Cosby, the Hassan Reddick from the Jets. Go get one of these dogs. To me, in my opinion.
All right, Tidy, what say you?
I kind of agree with the sentiments of what Ron said. I blame it mostly on the players and less on the scheme because you know we mentioned. I think Ron just mentioned the pit bull. I mean, one thing about a dog gonna hunt. You know, if you got a real game dog, it's gonna hunt. You can put that dog in Wyoming. You can put it in Georgia, New York, wherever a game dog is, a dog gonna hunt. And the problems we're having in certain aspects of our defense is our dogs are not hunting. We went and got Judon, and we thought we would get better production from him, which so far has not been the case. But you know, it's still a lot of football left to be played. So hopefully he'll come along and start doing things. You know, I think Grady has been, you know, fairly decent so far this year, but you want him to kind of come along a lot better and give us a little more in terms of pressure. Same thing with David Amumana as well. So, I mean, the scheme is the scheme. I know last night when we was on the show, C-Dub, I think it was Wallace Smith that said, even if we change the scheme, you still got the same players. You still got the same personnel. So, you know, it's up to the players to do what they need to do. I looked at some numbers also in terms of our defense. Our running defense, y'all, we are ranked right now 25th in the NFL in run defense. Not good. Now, here's a surprise. Would any one of you guys like to guess where we're ranked in pass defense?
8th.
Yeah, 8th or 9th. Actually, it's 19 on the stat I'm looking at. So even though it you know, we often complain about the pass defense in terms of getting pressure and also sacks, credit to our defensive backs, you know, they're not giving a lot up. We're still ranked top 10 in terms of pass defense. So it's really shoring up that run defense. Again, defensive line. And I've been complaining all year about the linebacking crew, so hopefully they'll come along and do better. But in terms of that Panthers game, we did exactly what we needed to do. We came out the first half. We made it closer than it should have been. I think the score was 22-17 at halftime. And then one thing I am liking the last two games is the halftime adjustments defensively. These last two games after halftime, we have came out and looked like a total different team on defense, which we saw in the Panthers game. You know, so I guess at halftime, Raheem take them in there in the locker room, and he cussed their ass out, and they come out there and they start playing like they needed to play, and that's what they did the Panthers game. One thing I will speak on and about the Panthers game, and this is really just all in fun, but Clark Phillips III, I think he made one of the most selfless moves that you're going to ever see in any kind of sport when he declined a pick six to down the ball so we can run out the clock. And we all know it as football junkies. Hey man, a pick six, man, they get you more money on contract time.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's something your agent can take to the table. So that was the correct that was the correct move to do in terms of team for the team. But I got to be honest, if that was me, I'm gonna get my shine on, bro.
What?
I'm finna be on ESPN. Look at this, look at me. And I know in the NFL you don't win on style points, but I would just being from a selfish fan perspective, I wanted to see the pick six. I have seen too many times where teams have came to the bins and they make a big play defensively to clinch the game, and then they go and they run to our fans and they start celebrating. You know how they do that big team pose?
Oh yeah.
Some of them either pull out the dirty bird. I wanted us to turn our swag up, like Soulja Boy say on that play, and say, hey, we here go a big 40 burger for y'all. We on the way back to Atlanta. But ultimately, I didn't really have a whole lot of complaints about the Panthers game. All in all, if I had to give a team a grade, I would give them a 7.5. They played pretty good. So let's go get ready for Seattle next week.
Yeah. Before John goes, we've had a couple of comments. So I definitely want to hit him up. So James Holloway, Mr. Red Light District, he saying that Hassan Reddick sounds like a headache. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then Ron, Uncle needs to have a talk with you because it's like Zoe for one of the big dogs is like the Warner Robins for a real high school powerhouse. It doesn't match up. Tell the kid on the one. I said, hey.
Hey, let me tell this gentleman in the comments named Steve that his high school could only dream about doing some of the things that the Warner Robinson Demons have done.
Well,
we have brought this state, and I say state, we have brought this state 2 national championships in high school. 2 national championships. His high school had problems winning the region up there. Tell him he don't want these problems when it comes to high school football. Tell him now basketball, hey, y'all got us. But football, man, they don't want these problems from these Warner Robert Demons, man. We're a different breed down here in the country, man.
Wow, okay. And Chris Tipwood said, what up, fellas? What it do, fellas? Go ahead.
What's up, Chris? I just think Zoe, we've seen so much, a little bit of Zoe, that he that lad. Not, I try and be nice. He is a lad.
He's just another guy. He's just another guy.
Yeah, he's not the guy. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's not the guy. But we need the guy. I tired seeing Zoe on their team not doing nothing. Not doing nothing. What he doing? You've been here way too long. What is you doing?
All right, John, get on in this because I want to hear your thoughts.
Going back to the defense.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, that particular play where Andy Dalton got a loose, that was a blitz. That was a freaking blitz. And one thing about a blitz, you got to get home. You got to get home. Because look, all of that field was because your secondary was covering receivers out there. Mm-hmm. All that field that was open and that great big ocean of field of dreams that Andy Dalton had room to run around and play in was because everybody was covering folk and everybody else was trying to get to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're going to blitz, that is a high risk, high reward maneuver. And if you don't get back there, you look bad. Mm-hmm. You look bad. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, one thing that veteran quarterbacks do, and Andy Dalton, no matter what success he has had and what he's had before, he knows what to do with the blitz. if he can get it accomplished. He knows exactly what to do in a blitzing situation. And thing is, he wouldn't even be on the team if someone didn't value his experience. He ended up there at Carolina. Poor old starting quarterback. He may not get his job back.
Right.
He may not get his job back. And and the poor thing about him, he was in the same predicament as Desmond Ridder was around here. Okay. To a certain, I will say to a certain degree. But it's similar, it tracks similar. So I've been crying, hollering, fussing, cussing, acting a fool, talking about you getting some tractor trailers and dump trucks on your defensive line, especially in the middle, so they can crush the pocket and get double team, triple teams, whatever it is, so that when you do send a blitz, someone comes straight, unencumbered, uninhibited, unblocked, straight at the quarterback and knocks him on his rear end. Bam. All right. Now, when you can't do that, blitz not going to work. Blitz is just going to expose you to whatever that quarterback can cook up, whatever person is open. Hey, he's still going to have time to shop, and you got 8 men occupied there trying to get to him. All right, that's just not going to work. Now, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something.
Tell it.
What's up, Tip?
What's going on, family? Y'all all right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, this young'un who did not go into the end zone for his pick six, I cannot go along with that. I can't go along with that. Because, see, the thing is, what if he had hurt himself?
Go ahead, please do. I want to hear.
What if he had hurt himself trying to stop? Because, see, these non-contact injuries can take place even if you're running, even if you're stopping, even if you're cutting, whatever. You were going to have to put some part of your football team out there on the field anyway, okay, because of the fact that you stopped short of scoring the touchdown. Either if you score the touchdown, you're going to put your defense back out there, which at this particular point, with few seconds left in the game, you didn't really have to play any defense. You let them score, okay? But score the points. Put the points on the board. Please put the points on the board. Don't, it's just like a tractor trailer, man cut in front of you, and you trying to stop a tractor trailer, 50,000 pounds worth of load back behind you. Now, are you going to stop to save this one man's life? And I mean, it's a heck of a predicament to be in. And the load come in on you and crush you trying to doggone save another man's life when this nut didn't have any business cutting in front of you. Oh, I'm dragging him down the expressway. He going for a ride. Because I got these steel cords.
We not putting John in no 18-wheelers.
No, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, I got three coils loaded on the rolling side, not sitting on the side, but they loaded on the rolling side. And I'm gonna try to stop for you, and you done cut in front. Man, look, we going for a ride. It's gonna be just like one of those trains at the railroad crossing. I'm sorry.
Come on, ride the train.
What the funny part is about all this? In my head, I just had a vision of John yelling at the guy, going, "I'm gonna put my foot up your butt" when he stopped. Because here's John saying, "Man, you run over that man."
Yeah,
and John, let me say this about John's point, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
First off, I totally agree with you, John. Secondly, I'm thinking like, okay, if your plans to down the ball, why don't you just do it when you caught the interception?
When you caught it, absolutely. Absolutely.
Once you start running, you done juke the man and made people miss. Hey, man, go ahead and finish the dance.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because okay, you juke the man. Say, for instance, all right, you get the interception. All right, you go down right there. All right, you put your offense out there on the field to kneel down. What? 2 times? Game over with. All right, but you started running the ball back. You juke a man out. What if you had hurt yourself juking this man out?
That would have been embarrassing.
Look, you go, man, and you juke the man out. Then you fall and slide down there. And I'm listening to Dave Archer on the radio. Oh, what a heads-up play. What a good play. He wasn't thinking about the team. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was thinking about the team. I need to go down there and interview that young man and see. What the hell is wrong with you?
It put us in the best formation, man. Victory formation. We ain't seen that in I don't know how long, man. That's why.
Would have been in victory formation had he just stopped right there.
I agree. I'm not taking away from that point at all.
Now the thing is, you are running toward the end zone. Now, if the man had tackled you before you got to the end zone, fine. You juked him.
Out of his shoes.
You juked the man, and you had clear sailing into the end zone.
I ain't gonna lie. He was down there looking. He had Buddy down there looking for change. For sure.
Come on, man.
Finish the drill.
I mean, look. All right. I'm not going to work. First of all, thank you, John. And then Chris Tip Moore, folks, from everywhere, because, he everywhere.
Nah.
Mr. himself, Mr. Media, we got to look for him every time. So, Chris, first of all, how's KP doing? I know you were walking KP last night. You just got it.
Man. Yeah, man. My pet Panther, man. Had got it delivered last night. You know what I'm saying? Doing well, man. Doing well. You know what I'm saying? Got it on a plant-based diet. Trying something different. Well,
it won't eat meat apparently, so you should be good.
Trying some things out, man. But now, man, I got this hoodie on because I just want to represent, our sack rate. That bit cold. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, represent. Because we're not getting to the quarterback for generating sacks. We got pressure. We even pretty decent in the QB hits too. But as far as that sack, we have the lowest sack rate in the NFL, and we have the least amount of sacks, if I'm not mistaken, with 5.
Yeah, gotta be.
My thing is, fellas, we already know. Tidy, you played ball. I'm pretty sure, pretty much all of y'all don't play some type of football in your life.
Right.
Yeah,
y'all know. Just like I know, you don't get to the quarterback, it eventually catches up to you at the wrong time. I don't want to be that team because right now I feel like, we getting some things in order, but we do have to clean that up. We got to get them down on the ground.
Yeah,
you got to. You've had a situation to where, honestly, I said in our preview for the Panthers game, this is the time for a get right game. Get everything hitting on all cylinders. I feel like we still got right, but we didn't have any sacks. It was goose egg, man. We did not get Andy Dalton with a beat up offensive line for one of the worst teams technically in the NFL record wise.
Right. And
we did not get him on the ground. Not
the only team that did not sack the Panthers was the Bengals game. They played the Bengals. They didn't give up a sack. Now we're the other team, the Falcons. So, yeah, that's I don't know. I don't think Hendrickson played that game either. That's the thing. But either way.
I think you're actually right about that, C-Dub. Yeah. I don't think he played that game.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. What?
I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that a product of the scheme? Because you can not the defensive scheme, but the offensive scheme. If your quarterback is getting rid of the ball this quickly, very quickly, you can't get to him.
Yeah.
It's only when you confuse him in the secondary or you take away something that he was planning on doing that you can get sacks, because in 2.5 seconds is the longest that you're supposed to be able to hold the ball and have a chance of getting at a quarterback. 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Brady said. Yeah.
So if they're getting rid of the ball in 1.5 seconds, if they're getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds, and your offensive lineman, your defensive lineman, your offensive lineman are fighting trying to get back there, could that be a product of the modern NFL now? Because we have played in the past, we played 6 games. We've had the gauntlet. We ran through the gauntlet of some of the best teams in the NFL, with the exception, I guess, of Carolina being the last one. And the sacks generated were because, we were facing some of the best teams to play. I mean, offensive line, defensive line, whatever. And can we actually say that we are that bad? Because right now, from now on, we're heading for the gimme games. Mm-hmm. Kind of the gimme games. So I'm thinking our sack total may increase over these next few weeks, because we're not playing the cream of the crop in the NFL. Now, on any given Sunday, you can get beat. All right. But you're not playing the cream of the crop the next 4 or 5 weeks up until the bye week. Now, I think we got to play Tampa Bay again next week or week after that.
Yep.
Okay. So
it's this week is Seattle, next week is Tampa. The week after that, I believe, is the Cowboys and then the Saints.
Yep. But I just wanted to throw that out there as a question.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Go ahead. What's the rotation?
All right, because I had to adjust the rotation because my co-host, the one, the only, Mr. Ladarius Brown in the house. Ladarius, what's up, my man? Got a sounder, bro. Look at that.
I was about to say, who got the happy birthday going on in the back?
That must be John, man. John, someone must be liking on John, I tell you. And then we got one of the high risers here, Mr. T. Will in the house. What's up, T?
Building.
What's up?
That's good.
Y'all, everybody good?
Oh yeah, man.
Good afternoon.
4-2, just chilling.
Yeah. We spanked on those, the Carolina Kitty Cats, and that's basically what we're talking about. So the thoughts on that, and then if you want to comment about what you saw about the what you perceived out of the Carolina game, and then also I'm going to go ahead and bring this in since we're going to keep with the rotation going. But what we're going to do is we got John just finished, so we're going to Chris. I think you were speaking. We're going to let T. Will, then Ladarius come in. You guys can also bring in your thoughts about a trade if possible. Look, Davante Adams went to the Jets for a 3rd-round pick, could be as high as 2nd. And then Amari Cooper that the Cowboys gave away for a 5th-round draft pick. Well, the Browns traded him to Buffalo for a 3rd round and a possible 7th-round pick next year. So that just shows you that, Mr. Coupon boy, Jerry Jones, doesn't really know what he's doing sometimes. I said it. And then let's see. And then we got Denver. We don't play the Saints until coming off the – I thought it was – I'll look at it. I'll look it up. Will, I remember seeing that. Got a lot of people commenting. Thank you for commenting, by the way. Rise Up, Dwayne Ruffin. And, last year as a 4-3, we were better. So Will's saying maybe the scheme. So, guys, who is still in, and then if you want to bring it, comment also, you can. Is it a scheme issue or is it a Jimmy and Joe's issue? So let's go to. I guess we'll go to Ladarius, and then we'll go to T. Will. Okay.
Oh, I thought Chris. Oh, okay. I thought Chris was doing it. Oh,
all right, Chris. Did you finish?
No, I mean, shoot, I ain't even start.
Yeah, well, let him go.
Chris,
yeah,
you my guy. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah,
oh shoot, man. I mean, if we're talking about like the defense, going after the quarterback, to be honest, I mean, it's hard because we've seen times where QBs are just standing back there smoking cigarettes before they throw the ball against us.
Yeah.
And it's also been times to where the quarterback leaks out, and that's what we see most of the time because everybody's covered. So at the end of the day, I feel like it still comes all the way back down to you generating a legit pass rush. We have Matthew Judon, who's out there doing the best that he can, and he's just not getting enough support to even like pinch the quarterback, to meet at the quarterback and really like close off lanes. You got guys out there kind of flailing around a little bit and not actually like really hunting the quarterback. So I think it's a possibility that some of it is some Joes. It's like I said, it's tough because I'm seeing different aspects to where you can pull and say it's scheme. You can pull and say it's personnel. You can pull and say, hey, man, that quarterback or that offensive line is, that good. And God forbid teams do their job, right? So, for me, I can pull from each different category and say, hey, man, I've seen this, and I've seen this. But if I wanted to home on something the most, I'm going to say mostly like personnel. And this is a question to anybody who wants to answer it. Do you guys feel like we're kind of like small up front for what we're trying to run?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's something else that we got to consider too about us just being too small trying to get to the quarterback. But Judon is doing the best he can, and I've seen Judon get stonewalled. But that's my point. Like, he has nobody on the other side. You had a sack. You seen Lorenzo Carter completely whiffs, and you just can't have that because if you stop that, they don't score that touchdown. They just don't before the half. It just doesn't happen. So I'm gonna lean more so to personnel over everything else for me.
Okay. Let's see. Who wants to go? Do you Ladarius take or T. Will?
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be Ladarius and then T. Will, and then we swinging around.
All right. So go ahead, Ladarius.
Okay,
Speak.
Yeah. Thank you, Cedar.
You're welcome, my brother.
Yeah, I won't be too I want to go back to a point that John had made about, I believe he made about the lack of sacks and how the schedule kind of fits in.
Yeah.
I do kind of believe that it should get better given the schedule because we have Seattle, then we go to Tampa Bay, then we have Dallas, then we go to New Orleans week 10, and then Denver, then we have the bye in week 12. So there is some room there to kind of improve our pass defense, our pass rush, excuse me. But I do believe that size is an issue because in a 3-4, the most important, you got the nose tackle, you got the linebackers. So and here's the thing, Judon's been doing given the circumstance, he's doing the best that he absolutely can. So I'm not going to just circle in on one, I'm not going to say, oh, it's Judon. So listen, as great as Judon is, he could, he can only do so much. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily think the personnel is the issue. It's kind of personnel and size. I just think that given to what we're running, I think we have to find creative ways to get to the quarterback because we just don't have the size. And especially with the linebacker, I just don't think.
That's why I was saying personnel too, because
I'm sorry, my
personnel to run that.
I thought you said it's been a long day at work.
Brother, I understand.
Yeah, but
yeah, I remember them days.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Back in my time.
Back in my day at work.
Man, I was working 2 days for one every day. I don't know what I was talking about. But Ladarius, go ahead, sir.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, I flashback
That's
right
tough.
then.
When you interrupt me, John, it's a badge of honor. I take it as a badge of honor. So I'll
Don't
just
set your
wrap up.
sights so low.
I don't know if you go, John, but I'll try to. I'll write that in my notes for next week. Aim higher, attempt to don't miss. No promises. Go for it on fourth down, even when logic says don't. Just go for it. But I guess to put the overriding point, there was a good win in Carolina. Like I say, the lack of sacks, because like listen, we're dead last. We only have 5 sacks. We're dead last in the league in sacks. You know, in terms of getting quarterback pressures, we're 30th. 11.7% of the time we're getting the pressure per drop back on the quarterback. And listen, in terms of hurrying the quarterback, we're just not making the quarterback feel uncomfortable. 6 quarterback hurries. So the quarterback is feeling super comfortable back. We're not trying. So he has all day to do what they want to do back there.
Like smoking them squares, man.
And we're the issue is that we're blitzing. Like we have 43 blitzes. We're kind of in the middle of the league there, but it's the end result is the penultimate problem. So like to Chris's point, I think personnel, but I think more so the size, because if you don't have the size for the personnel, it's going to be an issue. I don't care how you can have great players, but if the size does not fit the scheme, you know, I'm not saying, you know, let's go switch to 3-4, you know, or go back to 4-3 or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that we have to just find more creative ways in the defense that we have with Jimmy Lake and Raheem Morris, just to find ways to how do we get to the quarterback. And to go to John's point, listen, the schedule becomes a little bit easier. There's a stretch, so we have the opportunity to kind of work on that. So I'm just curious to see moving forward I'd say for the next month, to see if it will improve, because at some point it has to improve at some point, you know, because like I said, we can get to the quarterback. We just have to find more creative ways of doing so.
All right. T-Will, what you got?
Yes, sir. First and foremost, hello to everybody on the panel. Glad to see y'all today. Ron, I see you out there, big boy. What's going on? Missed you last Friday, man. Hopefully you do. I see you. All right. Well, hey, man.
Man, Ron like the international man of mystery. You don't know what he's gonna do.
That is so true.
Well, gentlemen, I'm just gonna take a few moments of your time, and I graciously appreciate you guys having me. So, guys, I have a question for the panel. Do you know the points? What the total points allowed, or what the points per game allowed were last year? Can anybody tell me what that was? And what up, Big Low, by the way? But can anybody tell me?
What up, fam? Big Low, Wolf, everybody out here.
Yeah.
What's up, Low?
What's up, Low?
What's up, Low? Can anybody tell me how many points we allowed last year per game?
I think
17.4. I'm just taking a while, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
about.
I'm gonna say 18.5. I'm gonna say
yeah, I want to say somewhere in there. I want to say like 18, somewhere between 16 and 18. That sounds about right.
It was 21.9.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It did go up because of the end of the season. The last like 4 games, we kind of, you know. And then Saints game, that kind of inflated it too.
Yeah.
David Wisdom.
Can anyone tell us how many points we're allowing per game now?
Now I would say it's about 16, 17, about 17.
I'll go 15.
It's 22.5.
Dang.
So the difference in last year's defense and this year's defense, even with the lack of sacks, is 0.5 of a point.
That's pretty darn close.
Okay.
Now, what is the difference? We have a quarterback, guys. We're throwing 30 points a game. So as long as we keep doing that, we'll be fine. Look.
Well, no, wait a minute. What's our offense per game this year right now?
Probably our offense is trending up, but let me look it up.
I think about 24 or something.
I think I got my stats sheet up here.
Yeah, because I'm nothing in front of me. No light. I just came in here, just jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
so
all good. That's what we do.
okay, so our points per game right now 24.8.
2.8.
Okay, I thought you were close, but
We're
Woo.
trending up, right? So guys, look, I don't know that we're necessarily, unless we go out and trade someone. Here's what I do know about this defense. I know Raheem doesn't really like the blitz. If you watch the game on Sunday, there were 2 specific times where he blitzed and immediately paid for it. There was a third down where Red Rifle threw a slant to somebody and got 9 yards. And then on the touchdown, the first touchdown they scored, we sent 5 or 6, and they threw it right where that linebacker just came from, and they scored a touchdown. So this is what I get from this defense. You all right, John?
All right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got John back.
all right, boo. All right, now.
We'll give
You took John out. You took John out with that stat.
Right. Yeah, at least he will.
Oh wow! Who knew it was the killer? I'm sorry.
Lord. John's like, no, we need some guys.
I'm just playing. I'm joking. It's all love.
It's all good. So I guess what I'm saying is, to me, our defense is bend don't break. It's we'll give you whatever you want from 20 to 20. Not necessarily that, but once you get into the red zone, we're going to hold you to field goals. All right. And if you look at the games we've played thus far, we've played 6, right? It's going to be, we might give up 2 touchdowns in the first half. Second, we'll go into halftime, figure it out. And then we typically don't give up any more than 10 points or 2 field goals in any given game. So while our stats on paper look bad, if you look at them contextually, it's not as bad as you think. And the other side of that is this offense is just getting started. Now, do we need more sacks? Absolutely. I'm not going to say we don't. I'd be lying to you. But the only way I think we're going to get sacks with this iteration of Falcons teams, we're going to have to go out and trade for it. And then that opens the question, okay, so what are you willing to give up, being that we've already lost, well, a few picks next year? What are you guys willing to give up? So that's the way I see it, really. Even though we don't have as many sacks, to me, we are basically accomplishing what we did last year, and our defense last year wasn't bad. Our offense seems to be resoundingly better, so I'm okay with it. Ron, go ahead, sir. I think you had something to say.
I would give up a first, a second. I heard Tiny say this a long time ago. Fuck those damn picks.
Man, you keep throwing Tiny under the bus, man. You got to just stand up on it.
Tiny, my homeboy. I got nothing.
I know, but you got Ron. You are man of mystery. You are on 50 different shows. You can stand up and say, Ron / April Thomas.
Yeah, I
You're staying on this.
Where it's going to go. But I guarantee we got to wait. We always got to wait on the next draft. The draft after that. Fuck those damn picks.
Now, okay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Now let me say something about that. And okay. To T. Will's point, this is what we have done for the past, I would say the past 4 years. Bend but don't break.
Yes.
Okay. And it's aesthetically, when you watch it on Sunday and you see us give up a big chunk of yardage because you can't get the quarterback down on the ground, you can't sack the quarterback. Aesthetically, looking at that, it's disgusting. It gets on your nerves because you see other teams knocking the snot out of the quarterback, slapping the ball, coming around the corner, getting it. But the
man broke his leg by sacking somebody.
Yeah, now if
that was terrible. What happened?
Giving up.
I know.
Not giving up that many points because, to T. Will's point, red zone. The field is compacted. You mess around and get in the red zone, you only got 30 yards of field to deal with. Yeah. Okay. and everything's compacted, your secondary comes to the fore, your linebacking core comes to the fore, and you stop them and you force them to kick field goals. Now, until we do get to where we get some size, we are not going to be pushing 330, 320 pound offensive linemen back into the backfield. And I did see a post where Tidy was talking about the use of people being held, not holding up. But from, thing is what I see every Sunday. Now, holding goes on all over the field. Okay, holding goes on all the time in the NFL. I mean, I was, I said, if y'all gonna hold the man, put some handles on him so you can get a better grip.
That's all. That's all.
Because I mean, they are grabbing, they pulling, and on the inside of the line where all of the battling and fighting is going on, officials can't see that. So I'm of the school where, all right, ref, you're not going to call nothing. All right, it's going to be illegal hands in the face. It's going to be kicking. It's going to be kneeing folk where they don't want to be kneed at in order to draw attention to what's going on inside the interior. I'm going to make you look, Mr. Official, inside and see what's going on. Whether I get a penalty, whether I have to take a 10, 15-yard penalty in order for you to be looking inside to see what's going on, okay? So that you'll see some of this holding and stuff that's going on that y'all ignore. Now, what I was saying earlier about scheme, where a quarterback gets rid of the ball quickly, where a person just sits down and the quarterback just throws the ball off of a 1 second or 1.5 second count. That also stops you from getting sacks too, because see, hey, you tearing, you trying to get back there to him. Either the ball is gone and you slap him upside the head and get a 15-yard penalty just because you're frustrated that you weren't able to get to him that particular time, or you just don't get to him. See, modern football now, statues and people staying in one spot and picking out receivers and going through progressions that take longer than 2.5 seconds, that's over with. Yeah. Unless you're trying to bomb somebody. And then your defensive, on the back end of your defense, you got two safeties high up there that's going to prohibit you from doing it. Right. So that's what I'm saying about that particular situation. It may be a scheme issue, not from your defense, but from the opposing offense.
Yeah. All right. I got it. All right. My thoughts on the game is simple. We got the W, so I'm happy. But our defense, the way I see it, guys, it's this. What doesn't kill you now will kill you in the playoffs. Pat Mahomes, we limit him for everything, and he still beat us. Okay? And I know people say, well, that's just Pat Mahomes. He's in the AFC, C-Dub. Trust me, the playoffs. How many times has happened to the Falcons when we have had a really good, Aaron Rodgers when he beat us with the Packers, when we had a dynamic offense, but we had no pass rush because we decided to play John Abraham. The last game of the season, he got hurt. What I'm saying is this. If you're telling me this is a win now season, if you're telling me we got Kurt, we got Mooney, we got Drake, we got these young Thundercats, as Bigelow would say, we've got these weapons. We can hang with everybody. What's up, Robert Blackman and Wolf and everybody else has been coming in. Bigelow, I see everyone.
Everybody, man. Mike, Raiders in here.
Yeah, they found us. They found us out, guys. We just need Smitty to show up here. But and Kyle, we'll talk about Kyle. But my thing is this. If you're telling me this is a win now scenario, you're not gonna and by the way, where is our draft picks playing now? I know Aruk is playing some. Tice is injured. Dorless is still on not on the exempt list or on the not active list.
Healthy scratch.
Yeah.
Right.
So all our rookies, let's just be honest, we're not playing them. So I know everyone's like, well, what about the rookies? We're probably not going to play them. Newsflash, we're not playing them. So I'm kind of like with Ron, because here's the deal. I wouldn't mind looking at a guy like, I don't know, Trayvon Walker, who's in Jacksonville, number 1 draft pick, who's on an 0-5 team. This team can't get right.
A guy who has more sacks than the Falcons.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Let's be like Ron's thing. Ron did say there is something, you can get a sucker somewhere, okay?
Right.
And Tony Khan is too busy wanting to try to manage a wrestling company, and he ain't even doing that right. So trust me, he won't even do well with a trade. So trust me, you could probably fleece them. Josh Allen is re-signed to 2028. So I think the money is too high for that. But I wouldn't mind looking at Trayvon Walker. I wouldn't mind looking at Myles Garrett because, look, guys, they've already traded Amari Cooper. They can't do anything with Deshaun Watson. They're stuck with him. They got Deshaun Watson for life. They got to massage that mofo. So that's their problem. All right? So guess what? Myles Garrett, come home. Come on to Georgia. We'll even let you see Texas if you like. You could even do all your Halloween trick-or-treating if you like. Not him? All right. Let's go after Max Crosby. Go after, let's go big game hunting. Because here's the deal. At least I know the guys we're talking about getting have some years after. So it's not like we have to go, how are we going to keep them? They're going to be here. We'll figure it out. That's what they get paid for. And quite honestly, I just think the Falcons, and here's the thing. I do think they need to look at the scheme as in, how many times, Chris, have you heard Smitty go, they need to play D'Angelo more, D'Angelo Moore, Malone.
Since he's been drafted, honestly.
Yeah. I love Smitty. Smitty is like the spokesperson for D'Angelo.
No, I mean D'Angelo has speed. He has ability. He does. It's a question mark.
John.
It's like
I see. I'm gonna get you, but that's what I'm saying.
I got to run.
Oh,
something came up. That's what I was saying, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Really appreciate talking with you, but something just came up and I gotta go.
Ooh, okay.
Hey man, do your thing. Be safe.
Do your thing, brother.
All right, John.
We got you.
I'll see you later, bro.
All right, let me catch up on the comments. I'm sorry. If it's a win scenario, you go get a proven pass rusher such as Crosby or Garrett.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
Raiders made a
trade.
Lions made a trade.
You guys. Okay, cool. All right, thanks for watching. And then the defense got to improve as a whole. And look, I'm happy that we're doing this now. Okay. I don't know if I'm using Michael Penix's trade, but I don't think I would.
No.
Unless you're super desperate, but I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't do it. Because that's actually.
Wait a minute. How desperate can you be?
Yeah, and not just that, but honestly, if this works out where you got Penix, and he doesn't get used to 2-3 years, and he's ready to play afterwards, then you've won. Yeah. Especially if we're talking about what Kirk could do. And that's why I'm not really willing to just let Penix go. I kind of like that he's there. So that's why I'm saying he's not going to get touched. But what I'm saying is I'm looking at this team and I'm going, we're so close. And you're playing the Steelers. And the offense was not working that game. But guess what? There are playoff games where the offense doesn't show up. Or the offense gets bogged down. And look, I know people go, sacks aren't that big of a deal. Guess what? You sack somebody, you have affected the down and distance. So now you forced that quarterback who would throw like a 5-yard in to try to get somebody open. Now they got to throw it deep. Oh, Jesse Bates is there. Simmons is there. Terrell, who just caught an interception. By the way, big shout out to Terrell finally getting that interception. I think all of Atlanta was rejoicing when that man got got that interception. I know Winston was, because that's another man that he speaks up for. Let's see. What's up? We all need all pass rusher. So why people say I was crazy when I said Super Bowl New Orleans? You're not crazy. I mean, that's what if this is, we're finally seeing it though. We're finally able to see that this team is coming up, to what they're supposed to be. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's crazy if you don't look at trying to upgrade what you got.
Right.
And look, what was this? Mad Mike here is asking, so you're willing to trade all of the picks? Dude, what are our picks doing now? That's what I'm saying. Our entire draft class this year is sitting on the bench. That's what I'm saying. And me personally, if you're sitting on the bench, what are you doing? I know Raheem is saying, oh, these guys are so great. Well, guess who's supposedly so great? Zoe Carter, Arnold Ebiketie. What's their impact? Me and Ron have more sacks than those two.
Right. I think everybody on here have more sacks than those two.
T. Will can drop the quarterback. I've seen him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's say Falcons to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Look, trade Hall picks for Crosby. Dude, I'm not going to argue that one. So what do you guys think?
Y'all trying to do a Mike Dicker, huh?
I'm not trying. Look. First of all, I know that our third round pick is gone to New England for Judon. I know that the NFL took our fifth rounder. So really, we have our first, second, fourth, and our seventh and sixth, maybe something.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, guys. Look at what these guys are getting for. You just got Devontae Adams for a third round pick. Maybe at best it's going to be a second, not a first. You just got Amari Cooper to Josh Allen for a third, and then a sixth round, seventh round next year. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say you're giving up the kit and caboodle. First of all, second round picks and the Falcons don't mix.
I mean,
we did the history on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Mayfield is the poster child of that. So I mean, we could name the bust in the second round picks. So what do y'all, if you had to go after somebody, and look, like I said, you don't have to come up with the trade and everything. I'm just saying, who's the guy that you're looking at? And it could be a guy that maybe it's a defensive tackle that can, collapse the pocket. It could be anybody. I'm throwing Javon Walker, and of course I'm looking at Crosby. But who are you guys saying? And Myles Garrett would be great, but I mean, I'm just, but I'll let y'all go for that. We'll go around the horn. So Tidy, Ron, and then Tip, and then T. Wills. Let's go.
Okay, so this is the point in the show I got to throw my conservative cap on. Be the conservative in Georgia here.
Yeah.
Hey.
So unlike me, because I'm normally like Ron, say F them picks, go get your guy. But
yeah, you've been quoted.
yeah, that's normally my mantra. But
go ahead, Joe. I feel you.
This year and the dynamic of what's going on is a little bit different. We are all saying that win now, we all in, which is fine. That should be the goal, or that should be the saying every single year. But one thing about it, the front office, specifically Terry Fontenot and the guys that he works very closely with, who set up the personnel in the direction of this team, along with Raheem Morris, they'll never publicly come out and say, like, look, we have like a 3 to 5 year plan. And I'm sure, I'm on a panel with a lot of esteemed gentlemen, so I'm sure some of you guys are currently or have worked in a managerial position at some point in your life, if you're not currently. When you go in the meeting with all the other managers, supervisor, executives, you guys have this is our 5 year plan. Depending on how high you up in the chain of command, some of you go into the 10-year meetings.
Right.
So what I'm saying is I don't feel like we're in a situation where we could just totally mortgage the entire future for this year. Main reason I feel that way because you surprised everybody, including everybody on this panel, when you took Michael Penix at 8. So subliminally or subconsciously, you let us and everybody else that's watching like, look, we're planning for the future as well. So you have to also be able to draft players to continue to build around Michael Penix. You can't just go in a situation where I feel like you could I'm throwing all the draft picks on the table, win it all this year, or we'll worry about it later. If that was the case, you don't take Michael Penix at 8. You get a guy that's going to play day one in the 2024 season, and that was not the case. So what I'm really trying to say, pardon my statement here. I know this is a family-friendly show, but
you can say what you want. You a guest. You ain't gonna offend me.
But don't shoot your entire load in the first 2 minutes.
You gotta work it a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, pace yourself. That way you get a call or you'll get a text back next weekend and you go back in there and
he ended with the
go back and do it again.
I can do it again. Yeah. So
hey, man, first impressions are everything, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you want to be in a situation where you still you can draft next year, you can will and deal because a lot of these names that we've called out, like these guys are not going to be cheap, and they're not going to be cheap financially. Yeah. They're not going to be cheap in terms of draft capital. Right. So you got to look at all that stuff on the back end as well. Would I like us to make a move? Absolutely, I would, but I don't want to make a move where it puts us in a precarious position in 2025 and 2026. Also, we got a young Ricky that's sitting on the bench probably for at least the next 2 years. So when it's time for us to hand him the keys to the car, hey man, let's have enough money and enough resources to give him some gas, and we're just not handing him a hoopty,
for real.
Hey, yeah, make sure he has a reliable form of transportation to go back and forth to work, go back and forth to school. So yeah, I would like to make a move, but I'm not all in
on the side of the road trying to change a tire every street.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We got a recording superstar over here. Last I heard, there are some inside talks that this man is going to be the halftime show for the New Orleans game when the Falcons go against them. He's going to debut that song as when the Falcons come out. So y'all welcome if you can. Big Low Country up in the house. What's up, Big Low?
What's going on?
What's up, Big Low?
What's up, family?
What's up, Low?
Man,
we just talking football. You know how this is, Coach.
Hey, man, look, this is the kind of conversation I love right here, Bo. Whenever you actually sit down and talking about the X's and O's. I was talking about this a little bit last night. I know everybody's upset about the pass rush, but one thing that you got to remember is it really doesn't matter who you put back there or who you put up there on that front line, because if you throwing the ball in 0.3 seconds every time, you ain't finna get home.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you remember back in the day, Mom used to say, "Hey, make sure you come home before the street lights come on." In the wintertime, street lights come on about 4:30, 5 o'clock. You might as well not even go out.
Don't do it to yourself.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like the biggest issue is one of the reasons why we're not getting the sacks is because we're playing so far off in that cover 3 shield. These quarterbacks know where they're going before they drop back and pass. 3-step drops is out of there. You're not going to be able to get home. Not unless you switch the coverages up just a little bit. I mean, run some cover 6, some cover 9. You ran man coverage on Sunday. You got interceptions 2 out of the last 3 possessions. So whenever you do stuff like that, and you have that quarterback trying to burp that ball a little bit, that's when you get your sacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I say the only thing about that too is like the only way you get to the quarterback that quickly is if you just blow up the line of scrimmage from the snap.
and you have somebody that's collapsed in the pocket and trying to bat the ball down. That's what you really need to start.
Yeah, something like what Zach
too.
Harrison had did on that block punt. Something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many batted balls have we had this season?
No, we had quite a
lot
few
more than we normally have.
Yeah, we've had quite a few. I think we've had at least one a game down there. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. One of those gave us a pick six.
Get home.
Yeah. That was a Judon bat too.
Yep.
To Mr. Anderson.
Yep.
All right. So Bigelow, I'm gonna go to Ron, but I'm gonna let you know. Basically, we're just talking about maybe guys that you would like on this team, but also to maybe if you want to catch up and kind of get your thoughts on this, because you just brought it up, but is it scheme or is the Joes? Because I've been listening to you and I'm kind of with you also, but it's like, the coach has to be the guy that makes that call though. And I'm going to say, I don't know if it's a Raheem decision or a Lake decision, but somebody's got to come together and they got to make some ways to do this. It's almost like I would love for Judon to go in there and go, guys, this is my contract year. I kind of need something. Help me out. I mean, come on. Because look, I ain't going to the bargaining table with no sacks.
Right.
So I'm going to go to Ron and then we'll come around afterwards. So Ron, Bigelow, Terry, and Chris. So there we go. So now you know.
First, I want to say this. Why we always get beat by a dual threat quarterbacks? If you look at our next 4 or 5 games, dual threat quarterbacks. Geno Smith, dual threat. David Carr, if he be back, dual threat. If you look at every quarterback, Baker Mayfield, dual threat quarterback. So that's why I say we need to get a pit bull off of a leash. Myles Garrett, hey, we seen what you did to Pittsburgh quarterback a while back player. I would take a chance on that pit bull any day of the week. I'm sorry. I am so tired of waiting next year. Forget those pits. Now you get a monster like that put on that defensive line. When we have a monster like that, you keep the offensive coordinator up all night long to make sure the block where that man at. That's all I'm just saying.
All right. So Tip, or who wants to go? Tip or Bigelow? I'm gonna.
I thought it was on low. Then T Will, then me.
All right, go ahead, Bigelow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm with just selling the farm for picks. Especially it's a situation where Penix is going to be the future, and you want to put something around him. I'm kind of more with the, hey, if there's a good deal that's out there, I'll take it. I mean, if they just want to give Hassan Reddick away for a stick of Big Red and a icy honey bun, like I'll take it.
Man,
but,
I wouldn't give juicy fruit bubble gum.
I don't think they
but I mean, we also got to consider how these guys fit in the scheme. Like Myles Garrett, I mean, we know he's a freak of nature, but I mean, he's more like a 4-3 guy, ain't he?
He could play. Yeah, he could play both. But yeah, right. I think he is. But it's one of those. He's been bouncing between them so much, so it's one of those. But his numbers are still his numbers. So
right,
he's a dog.
He can play both 4-3 and 3-4. I mean, but he is a monster. We have not had one of those since John Abraham. And how long that been?
It's been a few pecans.
Yeah, been a minute.
Yeah, because jeez,
at least a decade.
Right, I'm just saying, a monster like that. they don't grow on trees every year.
No,
We traded for Abraham too now.
Yeah, we did. Man, we got him from the Jets, I believe.
The Jets.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I believe that was the second round pick also, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I might be wrong, but it's all good. All right. So, and I hear you, Bigelow. I mean, you know, and I get it, but I'm also one that's like, I want to, if we can load up, well, let's do it. Because my thing is, and also my thing is, I'm not going to just give up everything, but I am going to make the phone calls. I am going to see. I am going to kick the tires. Heck, I'm going to throw the juicy fruit bubble gum around and just see who's going to come and call it. You know, you don't know. You always got to, you got to start with a sweetener. You know, you got to do a little something. You know, I mean, heck, maybe you make a call and they're like, man, we've been wanting to get this buffoon out. Give me a fifth. I don't give a dang. You know, exactly. So, all right, T. Will, what you got, man? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a lot of wisdom on this panel. So I think I agree with a lot of what was said. I agree with Tidy in the sense that you can't just throw everything in there.
Yeah.
However, I agree with Ron in the sense that you have to do something. So I guess my stance would be it has to be the right deal. Right? Now, dude out of New York, and I'm not touching him with a 10-foot pole, and here's why. You got Matthew Judon sitting there who, and the only way you're going to get dude out of the Jets, you have to give him a deal today. So if you give him a deal today, how do you then turn around and look Matthew Judon in the face and say, yeah, you can't do that. You've just destroyed your locker room, right?
Great point.
Oh, yeah.
Great point.
That is true.
It is a very great point.
Right. So dude from the Jets, I forget his name, whatever, he's out. Right?
Riddick.
Yeah, Hassan Riddick. And they told him to go.
I could get the Vin Diesel Riddick. I would rather get him, but I don't want Hassan Riddick. Sorry. I
don't even want that Riddick.
But he was cool, man. Pitch black with the eyes. I mean, it was, he never said family, so that was another reason.
Lives his life a quarter mile at a time. So if you're talking Myles Garrett, right, then I'm okay with it because Myles Garrett is probably a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he really would make a difference. But again, to Tidy's point, we're going to need another defensive tackle on the blind side 2026. We're going to need that. Or 2027. We're going to need to draft that, right? We also have a decision on if we're going to sign Kyle Pitts. So whoever you go and get, understand that not only impacts draft pick, but it impacts who you're going to sign going forward, right? Now, look, I'm not trying to start any whatever because I have my own opinion on Kyle Pitts, and that's for another day, another time. I guess my thoughts are, if the right deal is there, and C-Dub, you referenced somebody out of Jacksonville. I can't think of his name. But
Walker, Trevion Walker.
Right. Maybe a couple of moves like that are not expensive, but they also work within our scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Maybe. So, again, look, these are emotional times. We see our Falcons winning, and that's great. But many a GM got took. I know the word is taken. Many a GM got took for being desperate at this time, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you're gonna make a move, that's fine, but let's be smart about it, right? Because I think somebody else on the panel says, and it may have been Big Low, do these guys fit? Now, I'll take Myles Garrett any day, but everybody doesn't fit every system. So not only do you have to go and get someone, you got to go and get somebody that fits our system. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, guys, we're winning right now. Say what you will about it. There is a degree of luck to it. If what's his name with the Eagles catches that pass, hey, game over. And there may be 3 or 4 different scenarios, but the bottom line is we are winning. And I believe our current identity is, look, first half, we're going to keep you at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Are we good? Are we there?
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
still there.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, look, I'm taking way too much time. Those are my thoughts. A1, I believe it's on you, brother. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chip.
I mean, for me, it's just like I was going back before. I just don't see enough help on the other side for Judon. I feel like, if we did have some help on the other side, we would have something to Myles Garrett, would I like Myles Garrett? Yeah. Hell, at this point, I'll even take Michael Parsons. Like, I mean, whatever. But I go to T. Will's point. It has to be like the right deal because I'm not trying to get fleeced, and it has to make sense. And you already know for our GM anyway, it's got to make sense. And it's got to be a plan in place. You go get a Myles Garrett. I mean, the contract, I feel like contract-wise, it's not a bad contract, but you got to know you're going to have to get rid of something. You got to, you got to trim some fat. And with that fat being trimmed, you don't know who it could be. It could be you not re-signing Kyle Pitts. It could be you having to release Grady Jarrett because he has a high cap number that you can get rid of. You start having to make tough decisions that you may not been willing to make once upon a time. These guys are bona fide pass rushers. We do need a bona fide pass rusher because we already know it's a flip of a coin with some of these guys who are coming out. It's a flip of a coin. And you have some guys who are out there being studs right now, that you have some guys who we even talked about who, so having just a few struggles, whether it be getting on the field, staying on the field, or just, getting playing time regardless. So I'm always, it's like pass rush. I'm always for like going to go get a guy who we know can rush the passer. Like we know that guy's what I'm saying? Like we know the offensive coordinator is going to have to scheme for him. But do I think it's going to happen? Only if it makes sense to our GM. And if it doesn't, week 9, week 10 going to come and nothing is going to happen. Unless it is a smaller move, like a rotational piece, a guy who can try to help out. But not a big splash. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like a whole lot of big splashes unless it's making sense. Unless teams start just doing fire sales. That's what we have to hope for, like fire sales. And it's just like, all right, what you got? Who's got the best deal for Myles? Then it's going to turn into a bidding war if it's like that, if it becomes public like that. So it's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways it can go. Do we need pass rush? Yes. I'm telling you, because I'm telling you guys, and Low, you a football coach. Like I said, everybody up here probably don't play some football. I know Tidy used to be a all-star, on the field and everything too. So I'm just saying, but guys, y'all know if it's don't catch you now, it's gonna catch you at the wrong time later.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's my only thing. Like, I don't want to be the team to be, to be, bend but don't break all year long, and then finally we break.
Yeah.
At the wrong time. So, it's just, different perspectives of thinking about. Yes, we're winning. We're 4-2. That's beautiful. But, you just can't overlook the things that could be improved upon if it can be. And sacking that quarterback, we got that sack rate that we got is steady going down and down. It was 3.3 before this game. We got 0 this game in 60 minutes against Andy Dalton and an offensive line that was beat up, lost his center, lost his right tackle. It's just like, and we can't get it on him. That's just concerning for me. That's all. It's just like we gotta fix that. Maybe it gets better in the future, but it's also that other, I'm sorry, Low. If was a fifth though, right?
Hello.
So it's just like, I know what we're seeing. We're seeing 0 sacks. We're seeing a sack rate that's below 3% and the lowest in the NFL. And we're also seeing the lowest sacks in the NFL. And guys, this is where I'm landing my plane. Go look at the teams that's played in the Super Bowl for at least like the last 5 years. I bet you those guys are high in sacks.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. What was it? I think it was the Eagles and the Chiefs or what was the Super Bowl last year?
Even
was
last
the 49ers and Chiefs, and they were
They were
1 and 2
1 and
on
2.
sacks. Yeah, I mean,
just saying, fellas. I'm not trying to just put it all on numbers, even though I like numbers, I like stats. But I'm not trying to just put it all on that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just going off of what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is teams that get the quarterback on the ground, they're going to the big bowl game.
Right.
Let me ask y'all a question. Am I wrong that I would prefer Micah Parsons instead of Myles Garrett?
No, you're not.
No.
Because I'll take Michael Parsons right now because I don't think Jerry's going to pay him. And I think, honestly, he might be cheaper than a Myles Garrett. I know he's younger and maybe have more potential, but I think he probably would be cheaper than a Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, you're going to pay your a lung and a kidney, because that guy is bona fide. Somebody said the other night, walking Hall of Famer, and they're not lying.
Yeah.
But Parsons, if you could get him, I mean, that would be a guy. Look, they got 2 games left before the trade deadline. And I believe one game is against San Fran, the next game is us. So because they got a bye week also, so that's why. But yeah, that's how it works out. I promise. I looked it up. So that in itself right there gives you an idea. And yeah, if it's bad enough, I could see Parsons. Look, Jerry has made it very clear. Even though he'll tell you he's going all in, I don't think he's going all in if he wants. Okay. And so cool. All right, real quick. So we're getting to
Cowboys bye week, C-Dub.
What's now?
What week is the Cowboys bye week?
All right, I think it's this week. And Terry, go ahead, or T-Will, go ahead, do your shout outs and go ahead since you have to bow out, bro.
Hey guys, I just want to say I feel like a superstar up here with this illustrious panel. I mean, look at, man, we got C-Dub, we got Heidi. Heidi, I've never met you before, man. I'm glad to meet you.
Likewise, bro.
Hey, I feel like, hey, I made it. You know what I mean?
I know. I was so happy when Tiny said, "Yeah, I'll be on your show." I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem."
It's hard to get Tiny, man. Tiny a workaholic, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got Ron up there, and hey, man, y'all don't know about Ron. Ron is that dude, man. I know Ron. I know they don't know, but I
Ron hustling. I tell people, Ron be hustling.
And we got superstar Big Low in the building who out here making tape and tape. Oh my God, I think
I'm about to he making tape too.
I think he just trying to deal with Cash Money.
He on the corner. You want a tape? You want a CD?
Cash Money's newest signee.
Hey, and last but not least, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chris Tipmore.
Oh no, come on, man.
Doing my videos and everybody's videos and out here, working for CBS, Fox and whatnot, just out here doing it, man. And of course, Dub, man, who is also my partner in crime on Friday night. So guys, again, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Couple of shout outs. Obviously, you can find me at One Time for the Fan, which airs Sunday night, Wednesday at 8 p.m., Friday morning at 9 a.m. You can also find me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, a channel. We have a show on Friday night and typically either Sunday or Monday recapping the Falcons games. Chris, you and I will be on the show this Friday, and we will have Mr. Scott Carissett discussing trade deadlines. And guess what, guys? I'm going to extend the invitation since you guys have me on here. Everybody on this panel, hey, man, you're invited. So it's Tidy, if I could maybe get your information from C-Dub or whatever, you know what I mean? But, yeah, everybody's on the panel's invited. Friday night, 7 p.m. And, guys, again, please like, share, and subscribe to this show. And please like, share, and subscribe to For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Enjoyed it, guys. Learned a lot. Looking forward to the next time. You guys have a great day.
All
right. Appreciate it.
Will,
Take it easy, Will.
He's one of the coolest guys, folks, and I love having him on. And we've been doing the shows for a couple of weeks, and it's been awesome. So if anybody has to bow out, I understand. We're going to talk a little more, but if you would like to bow out, it's no problem. Just let me know, and I'll let you sign off, and you're good to go. Okay. So how are we doing? Because right now we are like
host.
He's an excellent host, and
gracious host.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to step out also myself too as well, gentlemen. Before I get out of here, first, LC-Dub, I want to thank you very much for having me, man. Thoroughly enjoyed speaking football with a lot of excellent, great minds on here. My dog Ron Thomas, my dog Tip, and also Cash Money's newest signing, Big Low.
Yeah.
T. Will got an opportunity, to work with him for the first time, along with your co-host Ladarius. It was awesome, So looking forward to doing it again. And you can find me, on social media at Atlanta Beard Gang. And again, gentlemen, thank you very much, man. I had a great time.
Thank you, Toddy. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And
y'all
folks,
be good.
Make sure you follow Toddy at Atlanta Beard Gang on Twitter, and then also go to Facebook, Toddy Jones, or go look up Atlanta Beard Gang on the YouTube as well as on Facebook. The group's there. Man, we have a good time. We post all kinds of stuff. It's fun. Big Low Country, Mr. Cash Money. I did not know this, man. You got more nicknames than Ron has shows that he does. I tell you what. Big Low, can I borrow a couple of dollars, man? I mean, you big time apparently.
Man, shoot, I was gonna ask Chris.
Huh? Oh, shoot.
Chris spent all his money on the Panther.
Yeah, man, I got me a Panther over here, man. KP, man. KP over here, man. Plant-based Panther.
He won't name it Bryce, though. I mean, I just told him if you name it Bryce, it won't grow anymore.
No, I don't want to stunt his growth, So I'm
gonna. Too late for that for the Panthers.
I don't want to stunt KP's growth over here, man. I'm just gonna.
Thank you so much, Toddy, for being a part of the show, man. It means a lot. Big respects. Now, Ron, you said you had us bow out too. So, Ron, go ahead, plug your stuff and your 50 shows until April. We said, hey. And man, it kills me every time I watch a podcast, and I always hear my favorite one that it happens to is when you listen to Off the Mark. And I hope Marcus Washington is around sometime so we can have him on. But, man, he'd be macking at times. And he'd be like, oh, hey, April, how you doing? And I'm like going, that's Ron. Stop it. I'm going to start going. We're going to start introducing Ron as April/Ron.
Right. Well, shout out to Marcus Washington. That another OG of mine. I learned from everybody on here, on the panel, and just trying to put my own twist on it. So
you're doing great, brother.
Sure.
Shout out to me, one of the best shows on Tuesday night. Talk Your Ish. Come on at 8 o'clock. If you want to know football or want to learn football, you can come on the show. We have fun, but we also keep it related to sports. So
there you go.
And it's really funny when keeping it real goes too far.
Right.
Real not going wrong.
Right. Shout out to the eye test. I be on there on Wednesdays. Shout out to Pops and the Henry brothers. Pops. We gotta talk, Pops. We got to talk.
Yeah, we gotta take that Michael Parsons off. Yeah. Right. He's gotta talk to Jerry for us.
Right. We know you hiding. We know you got Jerry John phone number, Pops. Come on now.
I got some juicy fruit bubble gum.
Shout out to the Tiny Show. You could catch me over there too. The Waffle House.
Yep.
Friday nights. We have fun over there. ATL all day.
I'll tell you, you have a calendar, and you can just put Ron's face on all these shows Monday through Friday. He finds a way.
I just like to talk what I love: Atlanta Falcons, Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's all good, brother.
You did catch me on wrestling with C-Dub sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to you, C-Dub. You've been doing your thing, homie, since I met you. And keep up the good job, man. You one of my best friends. So
I appreciate you, brother.
Keep up the good work. Keep on going. Keep on pushing. We just like to have fun and get everybody knowledge of the Falcons, what we think.
Yep.
We not always right. We not. But this what we think. What should happen. So
I hear you, man. That's why I don't try to hold people back on that. But brother, you get ready for Talk Your Ish. I'll join you in a bit.
Chris, on Bit Low Country, if y'all want to, y'all to come over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we might slide through.
Yeah.
So,
what's going on around that? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Okay, I'm gonna see what's going on.
All right.
May slide through, man.
Just check on KP first, make sure she's doing okay, and then you do what you got to.
Right. But peace. I had fun. Like everybody in the comments, like and share the show.
Yeah.
We need to get 1,000 fans to look at see that show. And this is the show for the fans. So
Yeah, I was about to put the link in the chat, but I mean, when you have 8 to 7 people already on the show, you kind of want to just kind of keep it going.
Right.
So you're just like, you know what? Now if I'm fishing for people, I'll put it out there.
Right.
So it was nice not to have to fish.
Thank you for inviting me, C-Dub. I had a blast. Thank you. Chris,
No problem, brother.
You my homie from day one. Me, you got the top player. We got to do some business.
Man,
a bit low. I've been following your Facebook page and YouTube page for the last 6 years. Keep up the good work.
Man, I ain't even been around that long, C-Dub.
5. I've been following your page.
Oh Lord,
He
been looking for you.
I'm telling you, boy.
I got a lot of knowledge from Bit Low Country and Chris. And shout out to Smithy Smith.
Yes.
Man, that man, he just got over 13. Hey, on those folks.
Right.
Woo!
I learned from a lot of y'all from talking, doing the shows, and y'all send me a friend request on Facebook. So,
you already know it, Ron. You know how we do.
Y'all be easy.
All right,
take care, brother. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, all right. So the Vikings got Cam Akers
again
from the Texans. Yeah, that just dropped.
Well, I mean, they did that because that means they're gonna roll with Mixon and Pierce. And he did have some good production when Mixon and Pierce was out.
Yeah. It was good. That's not a bad move, actually.
And I think Aaron Jones may be missing some time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
That sounds like what that is.
Yeah, because Aaron Jones was limping around in the London game 2 weeks ago.
No, I said it sounds like he's gonna be missing some time. So they just gonna have Ty Chandler back there. And so now Akers will be like an insurance policy in a way, because right now they got the best record in the NFL, right? So.
Yeah. Well, they won't have it for long when we play. Anyway, you heard me.
Hey, man,
all right, so guys, we'll just do our final thoughts. I mean, kind of like, Seahawks are coming. We know that you got DK Donkey Kong Metcalf, you got big time, Tyler, I got the Lockett there. And then Geno Smith and Walker third. I know Jackson Smith Nigba, I think that's how you say his name. What are you thinking about this game? See, the Sea Chickens are coming to the Benz at 1 o'clock. So, I'm hoping they'll have a little jet lag, even though that's not used as an excuse anymore. But what say you guys? I know, Tip, you're probably going to be at the game. So what do you think? I know Lowe's going to be at the game because, he might be the halftime entertainment. We don't know.
Yeah, you never know, man.
I know, man. You know, he get those people giving a call, and they go, Big Low, we need you, man.
Hey, look, I'm
Man.
trying to be in the Super Bowl halftime show that's in Atlanta. That's what I'm working on.
No, don't
I
talk
mean,
about
you know,
it, man.
2028, man, we got it. So you know what? Southern Silk, Big Low, you know, you getting those albums up to keep them up, man. I can see it.
Hey, man,
I'll be your roadie.
BLK Records, man. BLK Records.
BLK Records. That's it.
Yeah. Low, the superstar. I'm telling y'all. If y'all don't know, y'all better start paying some money now. Big Low going to be like, you know, you're going to have to open the velvet robe and be like, can we see Big Low? Like, I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Well, to be honest, real quick about, I mean, just quick thoughts. I mean, I still have some, I know me personally, I still have some tape I need to look at. But just from the quick glance of things, I know this team likes to pass a lot. They like to pass a lot. I think honestly you can pick up on the fact that when certain formations are out there, they're going to pass the ball most of the time. And especially like with Tyler Lockett's out there, they hardly ever run the ball when Tyler Lockett is on the field.
Yeah.
So that's something else to, you know, to look at. What else would I would say? Oh, I definitely expect them to test our run defense with with a top back like Kenneth Walker. When he gets going, it's hard to stop him. I mean, we've seen that, seen what he's done to other teams when Seattle is clicking on cylinders. And honestly, that run game will open up the pass for them a little bit more. So I expect them to try to test our run defense more than anything. I think we can hit them in the middle of the field. And their safety play is okay, but I think we can take it. Of course, you know, it all comes down to execution. You know, so I'm not the guy to tell you that. That's Big Low, though. You know, with the X's and O's, you know. But still, like, I think it's going to come down to execution. Who can execute well? Because these guys are on a slid. They've been slipping and sliding, and you know they're itching for a win. A confidence booster for them would be beating Atlanta in Atlanta. We can't allow that to happen. You know,
they're an NFC team. We gotta get that dub.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you do get that dub, that's your 5th win in the conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to take you a long way when it's time to, you know what I'm saying, seed these teams on out. Because everybody is like kind of like tight at that 4-2. There's a lot of 4-2 teams.
Yeah. So
you have to take advantage of this here. You got to keep Seattle slipping and sliding, and you have the playmakers to do it. It's just on offense, I believe we have the offense. On defense, we're just going to have to get off the field on 3rd down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Get pressure on the quarterback, you know, to at least get him off his spot. Don't have him back there, you know what I'm saying, blowing on Black and Miles and drinking MD 2020. You know?
Black and Miles, oh man.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. We just got to
yeah, I know.
Got to get to the quarterback. We have to improve, and it starts now. Like, you know, so that's just my quick thoughts about it.
All right, Big Low, what you got, man? What are your thoughts coming into? Because this is an NFC showdown, so you know we got, you know, and look, the way I see it, if you're in the NFC, I got to get that W. So what say you?
I think just like Chris previously alluded to, it's one of those cases where the Seattle Seahawks, they're the team who they don't average 100 yards rushing per game. I think they average like 91. I think they're last in the league in rushing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're just as bad as we've been as far as stopping the run. One thing that you want to keep in mind is that some things that teams do at the end of games, especially whenever they're winning, they'll do it to see how it'll work in the coming weeks. So the fact that the Falcons ran man coverage at the end of that Panthers game, look for some of those looks that you've seen, especially since it was successful. Look for some of those looks against this Seattle game. I feel like they tried to change it up a little bit because they know that they're going to have to use that against Seattle because they know it's one of those situations where they know they're going to try to air this ball out. we match up well with them because Geno Smith, he's like a toddler. He gets impatient. So it's one of those situations where he's gonna want to take his shots, and you got two of the best safeties in football back there behind him, behind those cornerbacks and linebackers. So I look here, Bo. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I can almost guarantee you we'll get an interception on Sunday.
I like it.
So, all right. And look, I'll tell you guys, my thoughts on this game is simple: win at all costs, or by any means necessary. You got to just get that W. All right. If it's going to go down the wire, fine. But if it's a game where you could get a lead and keep that lead, do it. The other thing is Geno will hold on to the ball.
Yes.
He does, like you said, the toddler. He's also one of those. He's just, if he starts getting pressure, then the tunnel vision starts happening. So my thing, and the other thing is, man, look, AJ, I know you had a heck of a game. You finally got the interception. Bro, come on. Go after Donkey Kong and frustrate him. Because the more you can keep him away from making an impact on the game, the more frustrated that DK Metcalf gets. And, look, he's already wearing a binky. So, I mean, I know that's his mouth guard, but still, it's a binky looking thing. So, get that baby to be upset and throw a tantrum, and you're on the right side. Because that's what happened against San Francisco. And look, I think our secondary guys is as good, if not, I think a little bit better than San Francisco's secondary. What do y'all think?
Oh yeah, completely agree.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna let Tip and then Bigelow plug where you're from and let people know where they can find you, and go from there. Or you can even give us a prediction if you like, or you could hold off and wait till y'all shows. I get it. But I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show. It means a lot whenever I can get any of the content creators together, because it's always fun. I enjoy talking football with you guys.
Oh, no, it's always fun, man. I really appreciate you for the invite. I had just popped on, kind of watch you, but I had seen that he had sent me the link, so I was like, man, I had to come on up here, show the platform some love, have a intelligent conversation with, great Falcon fans, great football minds, and give perspectives and actually learn some things too, so it's always love. I ain't got, nothing but respect for you gentlemen. So, moving forward, man, I hope we can continue to do shows and together and appearances, all that good stuff, just like we do. But as far as like shout outs and everything, of course, give the glory to God, all the blessings that he's been, putting in my life, and I know you guys' life as well, so it's just like first and foremost to him. Second, definitely, check your boy out, A1 Forever Sports on YouTube, A1 Forever on Twitter and Instagram, the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Come have a, conversation. You already know it's Braves, Hawks, Falcons, over here, just, all Atlanta teams, Georgia teams, Georgia boy right here. So it is what it is about that. Shout out to my boys Smitty and Berto and Kev, and also the plug. RJ, 95 North Sports Machine. Check us out on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. a little later, because we're going to have a special guest, for the Seahawks preview. So definitely check us out for that, man. And, the Hawks are about to crank back up, so I'm going to be cranking up for basketball season. It's going to be a busy rest of the year, man. So I'm looking forward to it, though, man. Wouldn't want to be doing nothing else.
Exactly. And by the way, hit me up, man. I love talking Hawks too, so I'm always available. So I got to tell Terry that too, if he's also working with that. So just so you guys know, I'm down.
He is. I can already tell you he is.
Oh, cool. All right. Go ahead, Bigelow, Mr. Superstar.
I don't know about that.
Who will be the halftime show at the Super Bowl 2028?
Yeah,
Where I turn
I
51.
don't know why Low be acting like that. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Like a Big Low. Come on. I'm telling you, man, when we show Goodell your halftime show abilities, oh, dude, it's on. And then we'll just add Uncle Steve to the mix. I already got the highlight reel. Don't worry, baby.
Man, hey, look, man. Look, thank you so much for letting old country boy come on. Thanks so much for the invite. You know, it's always a good time, man. Always a good time. We get a chance to get together and talk a little bit of ball and, you know, have a few laughs. That's, you know, at the end of the day, like that, you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about that community that you create, man. Shouts out to all the content creators that's out there, and, you know, let's continue to have fun this season. Let's celebrate these wins and, you know, come together on these losses and, you know, just have a good time with it. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah. And I want to thank you guys a lot. Bigelow Country, y'all go check his YouTube channel out. Check out A1 Forever also. Check him out. Guys, thank you all so much. Look, I'm blessed. I got to ask guys to come on my show. They came, and it was beautiful. We had a great time. And look, if you want to be a part, man, contact me. You can find me on just C-Double. I'm on Facebook on the C-Double page, and then just type up C-Double. My name will pop up. You could find me that way too. And also C-Double 28 on YouTube. That's where all these shows are on. Tomorrow night, we'll be talking wrestling. We'll be getting ready for kind of reviewing what the heck happened at Wrestle Dream and WWE and all that good stuff. Although it wasn't really that great. But anyway, we'll talk about it later. But, you know, look, I'd rather not lie to people. But hey, look, I'll be on the show. I got my boy Jerry and Ladarius. We're going to be talking wrestling. Also, want to thank everybody. Also, congratulations to Arthur Blanks and the Falcons. 2028. We got the Super Bowl in Atlanta. Let's get some Atlanta artists. You know, like I said, Bigelow Country is going to be, you know, he's from the country. Might as well bring him in. I mean, you could even bring that small group called Outcasts, you know, and they could all get together. I mean, look, I'm just trying to make sure we get a Super Bowl halftime show where I'm not watching Adam Levine with his nipples. That's all I ask of. That was not what I wanted as a halftime show.
Nobody.
Bert.
In the next 5 to 10 years, nobody's even going to remember that Super Bowl ever even happened.
You know, the more the time goes by, the more I pray no one remembers that Super Bowl halftime show. They go, "What's the halftime show?" Oh, you don't want to go there.
The game wasn't even entertaining.
No, that was the Patriots and the Rams, and it's just, oh, that was a hard watch, man. I was like, even the commercials weren't even that good that year, too. So I was like, God. Yeah, I was like, come on, man, give me some better commercials. But yeah, sorry, you got sidetracked again on my own show. But yeah, so congratulations on that. Falcons keep beating, you know, these teams up, and let's celebrate. You know, look, we may pick and go, we need this, we need that. But the thing is this, if somebody is telling me, well, I don't think we need to trade, I don't have a problem with someone telling me that. You know, right. It's just an opinion. You know, you work together, you talk together. Just because someone has a different opinion don't mean you can look at someone and go, well, you don't know what you're talking about. No, it's never that. It's just us. You know, that's what content creators do. You know, Big Low sees something in his perspective that I don't get to see, where I just tell him, hell, this is what I'm seeing. And he'll tell me what he sees, and it will actually teach me what I could be looking for. You know, same with Chris. Chris is working over it, you know, with broadcasting, and he's seeing stuff on a TV level that we're not even able to see. So I hope everyone understands when we talk about it, when we just discuss our opinions, it's not about trying to get people to agree. It's more of, hey, if I'm running the team, I'm going for a trade.
Right.
If Big Low's going for a team, he's probably looking at Coach Raw or Jimmy Lake, he's smacking Jimmy Lake in the back of the head and then telling Raw, you need to talk to this boy. That's what I'm saying. It could be anything. And that's why I say, it's a scheme. Is it, the Jimmy and the Joes? Because that's what some teams never even think of even looking at. Fans don't. They just look at the product and they go, they're not getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And, they're not seeing that Judon's getting bear hugged and, everyone wants to know his name. And, the offensive linemen are dancing with him when he's trying to get to the quarterback.
I'm not kidding. It'd be bad.
It's like one day he's just going to show up with like tat rips on his jerseys and that pads falling apart and looking at the ref. So what? I'm not getting held? That would be hilarious.
That would.
So, all right, guys. So look, thank y'all so much. And, again, for everybody, I want to thank Tidy. I want to thank John from the Eye Test. I want to thank T. Will. I want to thank A1, Bigelow Country. Heck, even Uncle Steve with his comment. Wool, Solidified, Mad Mike, Atlanta Falcons Sports. Golly, we had a lot of people. Willie Mabry even popped in. And by the way, Chase, let me tell you this, brother. Better beard than any of you guys and still haven't yet been invited. Consider yourself invited. All right. If you've held on this long, you're invited for next week's show. But you best be able to find me and add me before I can even go there. Okay. Better beard. I mean, you probably do, but I'm just saying. But still, I pimp my beard better than anybody in this place. And I'm not afraid to say that.
Now you and Chase can have the battle of the beard.
Oh, we will. I'd like to find out. Look, I'm proud of what I have. So, I've worked for this. This is a lot of stress and a lot of workman's comp that I had to go through to get this thing. So, but yeah, Thundercats, you know how it is there, Bigelow. But yeah, the battle of the beard. See, now we got people. We need a beard contest. Battle of the beard. Look, making this very clear. I am not shaving this thing, so I don't want to hear people go, "Oh, you got to put your beard." No, I'm not doing that. But I will put my beard against any beard because I'm proud of my beard. So I put work on this thing. And look, I will tell you this: when Bigelow shaved that mustache off, when Arthur Smith shaved his, I died. I died laughing. Then I was like, "Why? You had it going. You could let it grow. I believe in you, Bigelow." Oh my God, you had me rolling. But I just love Coach Ronnie. Oh, it's got. I'm glad it's gone. I'm like, but first of all, creepy mustaches should not. No, it's more the beard, not the. Don't do the creepy stash. Beards are more majestic. I'm just saying.
They are.
I mean, look. I know everyone is in love with our old defense coordinator, Ryan Nelson, but that mustache he has in Jacksonville, he looks like a straight. He looks like a straight guy that you just don't want near a school district. That's all I'm going to say. He just, he looked like he's on the verge of a mental breakdown. That's all I'm going to say, folks. He's having to coach that Jacksonville defense. And he just looks like he's close to going, screw it. He's about to go Michael Douglas fall down day. All right. So again, for everybody, for Bigelow, for Chris Dipmore, for Ron, and for everybody that was on the show, for the Atlanta Falcon Beard Gang, if you want to be a part of it, C28, please like and subscribe. See us next week. We will be talking Falcons, and I'm C-Double. I'm out. Yeet.